Good morning. It's September 14th, 2020, and this is episode 3, Renovating Haven. My name is Robert Green Sands, and I'm coming to you from the Rose Haven Center of Healing. So we continue our development and rehab of the house and development of the gardens and soon to be renovated barn. Phew! I thought I'd take a break and kind of bring you up to speed on where we're at, especially with the Haven house. So, it's a gorgeous morning. Humidity is still pretty sultry, but the temperatures are at least not in the 90s like it has been before the weather broke a couple weeks ago. So, without any delay, let's get to it. We last left you at episode 2, talking about some of the population that was going to be going through the center, women veterans who may be struggling with reintegration, needing some tips on healthy living, healing, and trying to be well. We did show you a little bit about what was going on, but since that last episode, a lot has happened and transpired, and we're going to take you around the Haven house inside and out and show you what it is. So now as you look at the house from the street level and from the sides, it actually looks like a real house. The nice Dyer's Woad blue sets off the white trim and frame of the windows. So you can see that we've done a lot of work on the outside. There's still some work to be done on the front porch, but it's coming together. As you look from the street up Rose Boulevard and into the house itself, you can begin to see the value and the benefit of the restoring and rehabilitation rather than taking down and building new. This house gives such character to our mission and to the community and the surrounding neighborhoods. It would have been a real shame had it come down instead of being healed and brought back to life. I've seen this view before several times. This is the entryway, the common room as you first walk in the door. And you'll begin to pick up things that have definitely changed and some things that still look like it's in construction, which it is still in construction. Although we're so much closer to bringing this house comfort in knowing that it's back. They say in the trades, we already have the electrical and plumbing build-ins done. Here, this is the front bedroom on the lower end, and you can see more of the window frames that we're doing. All they're needing now is primer and finish paint. We decided to keep the outside look inside. I kind of like the look of functional and simple, but it does make a statement on how old the house is, so we're going with that element. You'll notice as we walk around the house that the windows don't really fit squarely within the frames itself. Let's just say the house is kind of wonky right now. It's settled in some areas, and the house has really shown its age in others, and so what we're going to end up doing is putting storm windows on the outside to give us that needed buffer between the cold air coming in the colder months. As I have talked about in other episodes, this is the oldest part of the floor in all the house. This and the upstairs, and this is the white pine. We're having second thoughts about what areas we want to really try to restore and refinish, and what areas that we just want to put a subfloor on top of and put some laminate wooden tile or covering on. The jury's still out on this. We'll have to make some kind of decision, but as you look closely, these floors are not in the best shape. I mean, there's gaps and marks and things like that in them, and we really want to get the house open and online, so we're not quite sure that we want to invest the years that would take to make these floors look at least functional, if not presentable. This is the bedroom right behind it. This was a part of the addition to the house, and as you can see, the floor pine is a lot narrower, which means this is a younger floor than the one on the other side, obviously, if it was an addition. And this floor isn't that bad. So there may be some benefit to actually working on this floor instead of laying subfloor on top and putting the laminate down. But again, as we get into the floor itself next week, our thoughts may change on this. This is the youngest part of the floor in the house. This was probably mid-century. We really want to restore this, so we'll work on this, bringing it back to life. The diagonal part of the floor just is really interesting in how it cuts across what most of the rest of the flooring in the house does. Just gives it that character. At least for us, it gives us that sense that this house has had a journey, several stages, so similar to the kinds of things that we want for our residents here. So you may remember that we were doing a cathedral ceiling upstairs. Installation, the cathedral ceiling, the electricity, even the plumbing for the toilet and a half bathroom. And we've started laying a subfloor down here, as you can see, as we're going to end up putting a wood laminate down upstairs. More durable, longer lasting, and with the subfloor it'll be a lot more quiet for the people downstairs. And you can see that the floor would have had some issues for us. The bright spot for us is that we're actually not taking the floor out, we're preserving the floor. And you can see the insulation's in, electrical wiring, and we're waiting now for the drywall. And we're not wasting any time as we're starting on the floors. Finally, from the back, you'll see the 4 windows constructed upstairs, and you'll see this is the back wall as it exists now. We totally rebuilt the back wall to provide place for 2 time period windows. We will be doing the same to that side of the wall as soon as we get the door widened. This creates the ability to weatherize that back porch area, or gives the back a historic feel like the rest of the house. So hi, that's episode 3 of Renovating Haven. Giving you a progress and update on the house. We think it's going really well. Just a few short weeks we think lay ahead of us. A lot of work for the Pamlico Road staff and volunteers, but we are up to the task. We've dropped this much sweat equity into it. We're certainly not going to let it fall now. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, or we appreciate it. Any questions at all about what we're doing, please don't hesitate to contact either Caitlin or myself. We're attaching a 2 to 3 minute walkabout of our gardens video so that you can appreciate exactly how the house and the gardens feed together.